What's up, Block 22 Nation? It's your boy Gobo coming at you with another episode of NF Hell. With me, as always, James Marvs. How are you today, my friend?
What's up? We're doing TikTok live too at the same time. This is so
That's right.
exciting.
We are live streaming today, and we're getting some comments in. It looks like Steelers Nation. You know what? It is a pretty good year to be a Steelers fan, man. 10-3, team to beat. I don't know, man. That AFC is pretty stout. We're gonna talk about the Steelers a little bit coming up. Um, but this is our weekly recap shows. A couple of wacky games this last week. Honestly, these like late season games, I think that like we get a lot of not we get a lot of mismatches, but there are a couple of marquee matchups every week. And
So
we're
you
gonna
know what?
start.
Before we fuck this up for the 15th time,
Oh my
go ahead
God,
and get
you're
our
doing great.
record for the week. You were 8-5.
Terrible.
Respectable. It's respectable.
I mean, it's like, yeah. I'm actually a Packers fan, Steelers Nation. The Titans are beyond done. So, for those of you on TikTok who have not seen the show before, every week, one of our viewers gets to vote on which jersey I wear during the live stream. And this week, they said anything but Green Bay. So I looked at my closet. This is the Titans jersey was the longest I had gone without wearing one. It was all the way at the back of the line, so I'm like, I'm gonna give my old Vince Young a little bit of love here. Um,
Here you go. We'll go back to the car just so people don't get confused.
that's
We're
right.
Seahawks all day, bro.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
All right. Yeah, you were 8-5. I was 9-4.
that would be better.
Guess what? We had one of our viewers that was 10-3. Smoked us a third time. A
I
third.
was gonna say that Panda Poet. So this is guys, if you want to join in, jump on our TikTok. I mean, we're on TikTok already. If you want to join our YouTube, leave a comment and you can say, hey, these are my picks for the week. If you beat both of us, like Angry Panda Poet has the last 3 weeks, you get a free card. Dames is an avid sports card collector, and he will send you something pretty cool.
This week it's Larry Bird. A
Larry,
Larry Bird 10. Well, you can't really see it there,
I was
but
gonna say, yeah,
you can on the.
it's getting blurred on TikTok. You might be able to see it on
He's naked, maybe on the card.
that's
All
right.
right.
Just
So
part
that
of
brings
Dame.
you to 5-8-1 on the year. I'm 8-5-1. Still plenty of time because we're going through the Super Bowl with
Yeah.
this. So
Uh
not down, but not out.
that's right. That's right. It's not over yet. There's still 3 more weeks. And then we got the playoffs. The playoffs.
Playoffs.
Are we picking winners against the spread? No, just literally pick them. We do guess a score, but there's no way of like gauging like who was the more accurate score. All right, let's jump into the games here. Um,
Oh,
Number one,
do we want to start off this way?
you know, we're just end the show here. We don't need to go into all this. Um,
What
Green
happened?
Bay, my Packers, my beloved Packers, go on the road to a stout Detroit Lions team, and we came up short. Came up a little bit short. Um, you know what? I'm not even mad about this game. I'm not mad about this game. That Dan Campbell and his fucking going for it on fourth down shit.
No, you're clearly not mad. But
No, man. No, you know what? I'm zen. I'm moved on. I'm ready to take on Seattle next week. But yeah, the picks, I picked Green Bay. It was a win-win or a lose-lose for me. You picked Detroit. So you got the early advantage. Any
no, it's
thoughts on this
interesting
game
though. I
from
picked
a not
Detroit.
Packers fan?
I picked Detroit 34-30. I was 1 point
You
off
were
on my
1 point away.
1 point off on my score.
That's pretty impressive.
So I was starting out the week hot. And
But
yeah, dude, this was it was a good game to watch, man. I mean, it was entertaining for all. So
I mean, we got the pick. We finally picked off Stafford, so that happened.
Let's get some
You
hearts going, you guys.
Yeah, no, tap that
Hearts.
screen, guys.
Hearts.
Let's get a party going in here. Um, but yeah, yeah, we played well. I mean, just the Lions are going to lose after getting a first round bye. I mean, I would be so down for that because they're probably going to play the Packers in the second round.
Oh, you're assuming the Packers get. You know what? Let's just let's stick to these.
We wanna wait. Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
for
we
the
should
other
keep keep
show.
track.
That's for the.
We're talking about last week,
This
not
is
the
just
upcoming
recap.
weeks.
We're just
All right.
recap.
So we're just going to recap. All right. So Lions beat the Packers 34-31 on Thursday night. We've said what we wanted to say about this game. Moving on. What's the next one on the slate?
It is the Jets. Fuck the Jets at Miami.
Let's go. I think
Now
we
we
both got
both
this one right.
we
Yeah.
both picked Miami. You, you said Aaron Rodgers would have a one fumble and two picks, one for a pick six. I don't know that any of that happened.
I don't think that happened. I think honestly it was just a mixture of poor coaching, Aaron Rodgers um being unable to like convert and complete clutch passes. I mean, yeah, it's what we've been talking about all season, man. The Jets are completely inept. The Dolphins, Tua with his brain damage is still able to complete some passes. I think that the Dolphins may have some stuff going if they get they get some pieces put in place, but yeah, this was an easy win.
We say this every year, though. They're supposed to be better every year, and they just kind of stay in this like, yeah, we are a threat on offense, but we got no defense. That's Miami for me.
I mean, I think that that's fair. I think that it's like, yeah, you can't look at their receiver core and be like, hey, they're bad, but like they're bad. Their defense is bad. Um,
Steelers are coming up in like 5 games. We go
I
in
was
order.
gonna say, I was like, hang in there.
Hang
They
in
are
with
on the
us
list.
because there's lots to say about that game.
Absolutely, yeah. No, we appreciate you hanging out there, Steelers Nation. All right, so yeah, Dolphins. We both get that right. I go to 1-1. Dames goes to 2-0. Next game.
All right, then we had this little mishap for me. Atlanta at Minnesota. I've got this thing where I have not been able to admit that Minnesota is for real. I've thought they were a pretender all year long. Um, yeah. So, how did you know that Minnesota was going to win this one in Atlanta or in Minnesota?
Honestly, I think it's just because like Kirk Cousins, I mean, he's been pretty inconsistent all season. I really thought that we were gonna get some Penis Jr. in this one, but yeah, I mean, honestly, like what like you look at the Falcons offense, like you got Drake London, you got Pitts, you got these guys who are really kind of like mid tier, and the Vikings for all of their floundering are still what 11-2, 12-2 now.
It,
Like they win games, man. They find a way to win, and I don't know if that's Darnold or what. I don't understand it if from a personnel perspective, but especially like that Minnesota, like their home field, like it's definitely it's bumping for sure. They packed that place. They got the skull horn going.
well,
Um,
they've got some superstars at some key positions too. Let's not.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Aaron Jones as a Packers fan. Jonesy, I yelled at him when he was standing on the sidelines a couple of years ago at the Packers Broncos game. Um, yeah,
I mean, when is Penix time? Because Kirk Cousins was abysmal. Are they going to wait till they're out of the playoffs and then just throw him?
I think that that's honestly, it's like, because they're still technically in the playoffs right now. I mean, I'm not looking at the standings, but like, actually, I got the standings right here. Let me look. So right now, Atlanta is
And you know, congrats to the Nets.
Steelers Nation says Steelers Vikings in the Super Bowl. That would be.
A boring Super Bowl.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I wouldn't mind seeing the Steelers.
Actually, dude,
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about the Steelers now until the game comes up because I don't want to give them anything.
Let's see. Moon lost some great years in the NFL because of racism. That is a fair point.
Fact.
Yeah,
Fact.
absolutely. Falcons are one game behind Tampa in
All
the
right.
NFC
See,
South. So
I, I just,
that's their fourth loss in a row. So they are basically handing the division
yeah,
over.
dude. What do you, I mean, give him a shot. Give him a shot. That's all I'm
I don't
saying.
like it. I don't like it. All
All
right,
right.
next.
We got New Orleans at the New York Giants. And we both picked New Orleans
And a
because,
fucking snoozer, man. What a stupid game this was.
yeah, say that again. 14-11. That's just stupid. Let's move on. Congrats to
Yeah.
the Mets for getting Juan Soto for
Oh my God. Yeah,
too many
like I
years.
know. The no, for sure. Like baseball, that Juan Soto. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I watched the World Series and God, man, that guy is an animal. Oh, thank you. I
He's not a
enjoy
baseball fan because he lives in Colorado, everybody.
I know I'm a Rocky. I'm actually defecting from the Rockies this year. I have not chosen my new favorite team yet, but the Monforts finally they finally sealed the deal. It's like the 30 years of bad baseball wasn't enough. It's just how they treat their staff. So I'm done with the Rockies, but that's why I've never been a baseball fan.
All right. So
All
this
right.
was interesting, man. Carolina at Philly. Do you remember? Do you remember what I said or what I've been saying for the last 5 weeks now?
You have a soft spot for the Panthers, man, and I think it's just like you want Bryce Young to be good and like he shows little glimpses, but I mean, is this really more of a case of the Panthers being good or the Eagles just took a week off?
Here's the thing. Like, I'm not saying the Panthers are good. I don't even have a soft spot for them. I'm saying once Bryce Young got benched for Dalton, and then Dalton had this mishap injury, he kind of, it was in his mentals. He's like, am I done in this league? What can I do? So he went to work. And now he's back and he's played 5 games now and he won 2 of them. And he's hung in with 3 teams that should have slaughtered these guys.
Right.
And I told you last week, I said, dude, if they're within 2 scores of the Eagles, he's gonna be okay. Like they're gonna be okay with him moving forward. And I mean, they almost won it, man.
I mean, but is that a mistake though? Like, I mean, at this point, the Panthers, this is year two of Bryce Young and coming in last place. Like, I mean, they're gonna have another high draft pick. Oh wait, did they trade their pick to the Bears already? No, that was last year. So
Oh yeah.
this year they have a
Dude,
first rounder this
here's
year.
the deal. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he continues this way for the rest of the season, there's no way that they pick a quarterback. No way. No way, shape, or form. I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it now. They're not doing it. But anyway,
Okay. All
Philly gets the win 22-16.
right.
Um,
A disappointing performance by Saquon, still in a victory.
yeah. I mean, they did a good job of shutting him down. Okay, here we go.
All right, we ready? We're gonna talk about
Cleveland
the Steelers now, finally.
Cleveland goes to Pittsburgh for the rematch. Remember, Cleveland won the first outing of this. And I think it was against Justin Fields. Now, here we go. Russell Wilson is in his prime right now. I don't think I've
Okay.
ever seen him play better.
From a fucking Seahawks
I've
fan.
never seen him play, but he didn't play this good for us.
I I
He,
disagree,
he was
but
awesome,
that's
man.
he looks great this year. Yeah, but I mean it's also like he has a suitable team around him. Like the Steelers, like they're well coached, they have good position players, they have a great defense. Like I mean Russell Wilson, like, yeah, he's having a great season, but we can't pretend like the last 2 years in Denver didn't happen.
We like last year wasn't that bad, I don't think.
It
Um,
was. it was bad enough to get him traded. I
Well,
mean,
they were getting rid of him after the Hackett year. They already had that on their minds, man. They didn't want to pay him what they offered him. But here's the deal. And I'm sorry to the Steelers guy in here right now. He does like he's got a good defense right now, but ain't Legion of Boom good. All right. He's gonna have to carry this team a lot more than he had to carry the Pete Carroll teams. If they're going to the Super Bowl or anywhere near it, it's gonna
I
be
don't know.
more
I
on
saw
Russell
him make a
Wilson than
lot of
he's
clutch
ever had.
plays, but I hate to waver on my point, but I think that you might have a I think you might have a bit of a point there because I think that I think back to it and you think about the dominance of those Seahawks teams and it's like, yeah, you don't really think about Russ. Everyone just like, they equate that interception in the Super Bowl. Like they think about your Super Bowl win over the Broncos and it was like you got a safety on the first play. It's like Russell didn't have to do shit. Like the defense got exactly it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even do enough to get MVP. It was Malcolm Butler. I mean,
Yeah, didn't Malcolm Butler get a pick six?
yeah, and
Yeah, so
you know he was or not Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Butler's the guy that picked off Russell Wilson in the. It was
I was
Malcolm.
like, Malcolm Butler should have got a Super Bowl MVP for the Patriots.
God,
No, just kidding.
ugh, can't believe I just said that on live TV.
You know what? You
Anyway,
guys didn't deserve to be in that game.
um, you know what? I mean, I can't help it that the Packers
That we can't that we had a guy who couldn't handle one fucking onside kick. Yeah, no, I get it.
but
Um
dude, right now Pittsburgh is my pick for the Super Bowl in the AFC.
Honestly, like it's not a bad pick in the AFC because I think that like especially with Buffalo kind of falling apart this week and the fact that the Chiefs can't seem to beat anybody by more than 4 points the whole season. Broncos.
Broncos.
Uh-huh. Tyler Herbst. What a guy. Um, but yeah, so I think that like the Steelers, yeah, I think it's like I mean, it's not I wouldn't say it's a safe pick, but it has some logic behind it. It's not unbelievable. I do think Bo Nix is probably a good candidate for OROY. Um, but yeah, the MVP. I mean, Russ could win the MVP. I mean,
Dude, I mean, he could come out of nowhere and play. I mean,
I mean, it could happen. They're probably going to give it to Josh Allen. Aside
Josh
from Josh
Allen is
Allen, it's probably
ridiculous.
Saquon.
He's ridiculous,
Um,
dude. Josh Allen is absolutely ridiculous.
dude,
I
six
know they
touchdowns,
lost, but
six touchdowns. I
have you
love it.
seen a dude just put his team on the back before? Just like,
Josh Allen?
get on.
No,
That's
his
disgusting.
big country ass can handle it. Anyways, the Steelers looked great. They played a complete game. Cleveland sucks donkey dicks. I fucking hate the Browns. Like, I mean, yeah, Deshaun Watson, as long as he continues to play, it's gonna be just bad in Cleveland. So
Well, I mean, we got Jameis Winston, who I think is one of the most.
famous Jameis. I made this point last week too, but like, yeah, he's like the poor man's Brett Favre. Like he's a Babe Ruth of football. He just goes out there, hucks it a ton, like super fast, and throws a bunch of interceptions. But then sometimes throws like amazing, beautiful touchdowns.
Yeah, he is an anomaly. Anyway, uh, I'm on the Pittsburgh bandwagon right now. I'm on it. I'm here for the ride. Let's see what we
Well,
do.
and if you watch the show, we love Mike Tomlin.
We do.
Like
We do.
that dude. I mean, he's arguably next to Matt LaFleur, probably the best coach in the NFL. That you heard me.
I did. I did. I wasn't even going to say anything about Mike McDonald because it's yes, it is a make or break game for Seattle. Oh, let's move on. This is
All right,
we
what are we
got
talking about?
Las Vegas at Tampa Bay. We both were on Tampa,
I
obviously.
mean, I think arguably the Raiders are the worst team in the NFL. Um,
Yeah, they're second in the order for the draft right now.
I honestly like, yeah, and I think if Jacksonville and Oakland and Jacksonville and Vegas were to play, like I think
Dude, I
Jacksonville's
know this guy though. Let's go back for a second. I know this guy because he always joins my lives. He wants to fire Mike Tomlin.
you fire Mike
'Cause
Tomlin.
One,
That's crazy
dude,
talk,
he says
man.
one Super Bowl in 17 years. Not enough. I'm just saying, who are you putting in there that you think is
I
going
was
to
gonna
be
say,
Super Bowl, bro?
talk to a Lions fan, bro.
Yeah. All right. We got Jacksonville at Tennessee. God,
uh,
dude.
another
10 to
snooze.
6.
Who won this game?
10 to
I don't even fucking
6.
know.
Jacksonville 10 to 6.
10 to 6. I think I picked, what was my score? It was like 11 to 10, wasn't it?
Um, your pick was
I got
13, 12
I
to
picked the
13.
Jaguars
12 to 13.
12 to 13. Yeah. We knew this game was gonna suck. Both of these teams, and this is
Oh, we
Big
got
Dick.
another heart. We got another heart.
Let's go. Yeah, Big Dick Lawrence was injured, so we got Fat Mac playing. Titans, Will Levis is clearly not the guy. They're nothing without King Henry. Yeah, they're done. Both teams are completely done, so there's no point in even playing this game. Tickets were probably like $4.
St. Kalen. Yes, I'll tell my parents you said hello. Thanks for the heart. But you guys realize you can keep going like this,
I was
and
like,
more
tap them
people will
up,
show
baby.
up. More people will show up.
All right, let's see here. Let's see if I can share
All right.
to a guy who will send hearts. Okay. Um,
Seattle, Arizona. Why did you pick Arizona?
why did I pick Arizona? All right. So,
Know that.
number one, I'm stupid. Um, lots of dudes. All right. So basically, like, I was picking to be obstinate. I thought that Arizona like was cruising, had an opportunity to win the division. I thought that would spark like some sort of, I don't know, fucking like motivation of any kind. But yeah, it's like Tyler can't get out of his own way, man. And like for all of their for some of their impressive wins, man, their defense has looked like shit the last like 5 weeks.
I'm
And it's not even like, and Seattle played a good game. I don't want to take it away from him. Like Metcalf looked good. Smith and Jigba obviously looked good. What's his name? Cumberland Chamberlain, the running back.
oh, I don't know.
Do you know your running back's name? Okay, he had a breakout game. So
Charbonnet. Charbonnet. Oh, I thought you were talking
yeah,
about
Charbonnet, yes.
Charbonnet. Charbonnet.
But so yeah, I mean, I picked the Cardinals because I'm thinking like, at some point, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to turn into a marquee receiver. But the guy throwing it to him can't seem to get him the ball, so I don't know who's really to blame. Connor like didn't look as dominant as he's looked in some other games. So yeah, it was a bad game. It was a bad game for the Cardinals.
I don't really have much to add to that other than Seattle was all over him from the get. They had two picks. I think he had two interceptions in a row. And
That's not good.
you know, it's a different guy every time. And I just feel like we've got their number. So I feel like 2 games up on them and us winning both games, they're probably out. So right now it's between the Rams and the Seattle to get in. And the
I know,
Rams,
yeah, because you got to win the division to get in.
that brings us to our next game.
Uh-oh.
Buffalo. God damn it, Buffalo.
Go, go,
You are rolling
Buffalo.
along. You got like probably the best player to ever live in Josh Allen. I'll say it, dude. That guy's he's
He's
ridiculous.
great. He's Mr. Football,
You know
man.
what he
Like he
is? Who's the best? Who's the best running quarterback? Lamar?
still playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamar.
Who's the best running back? McCaffrey? He's Lamar and McCaffrey together. Like he is ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Now, the I told you at the beginning of the season because you're like, I don't feel like they're contenders. And I was like, you know what? As long as he's on their team, he's a contender.
The
And
Bills?
he really does, yeah, the Bills. He really doesn't have a lot around him. You put him on Kansas City, they're
I
unstoppable.
mean, yeah, I mean, I think
Unstoppable.
that like it's probably more likely that Patrick Mahomes will end up owning the Chiefs before he's ever playing for a different team.
Oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, this one's a head scratcher, man. And like I swear to God, man, 6 touchdowns. Ran for three, threw for three, man. He's a machine. He's a video game character.
Yeah, and he went down to the wire, and they just ran out of time. They ran out of time. If there would have been 10 more minutes in that game, there's no way.
But but
Here's the
this game
thing.
is interesting to me because I think it opens up a possibility for like if I'm in the AFC, like if I'm our Steelers fan friend here in the comments, like I'm feeling a lot better about my chances in the playoffs, knowing that the Bills, you take Josh Allen out of the equation, which I don't know how you fucking do that. Like they got nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. They got nothing
I
else.
mean, but the Rams, nice win.
Puka Nakua is a machine.
Puka Nakua is very talented. And
But
just
let me
he
let me
always
throw
keeps
you
a really
this.
cool head. Like I never understand. Like people always like cheap shot him and like blow him up across the middle, and he just smiles.
This is my concern moving forward with the Bills. All right. You got a guy that's just absolutely heroic on your offense, and your defense absolutely just shits the bed on you. Like
Mm.
they did not show up for this game. Of 44 points they allowed. You score
Yeah,
42. How many times are you going to lose scoring 42 points? Your
I
defense,
mean when one
oh,
guy scores all 6 of the touchdowns too.
your defense just
Like
blows.
how pissed are you if you're Josh Allen? You know, it's just like what else do I gotta fucking do here, man?
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I don't like it. But Rams get the win. Stafford, Puka Nakua. Possibly edging their way towards the playoffs. We'll see what happens this week. Um, who's up next? We in San Francisco?
We are Chicago at San Fran.
Oh, I want to talk about this game.
Yeah, I bet you do since you picked
I
the Bears.
I bet you do. I picked the Bears because San Francisco has looked like, I mean, completely out of sorts every week for the last 3 weeks, and the Bears have been taking good teams all the way to the wire. So like, I think what's his name, the new OC, was it like Thomas Johnson or Johnson Thomas. He's like the most generic
Generic
name.
like that.
Um, he fucking like you go and you lose to Detroit by a field goal. You lose to Green Bay by a blocked field goal. And then you go and lose by 25 to the 49ers without McCaffrey, with an injury prone McCaffrey, with Debo leaving in the first half. Like the defense is shot to shit. Like what? Make it make sense. I don't know. Like, I wish I knew a Bears fan that could chime in on this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this team?
They're, dude, okay. It comes down to their front office, dude. I mean, their front office has put them in a situation this deep in the season where they're under a new coach, a new quarterback. Their preparations are different, or not new quarterback, coordinator. Their preparations are different. It's fucked. It's totally fucked. So, I honestly, I don't, they're not going to get out of it this year. And
I was gonna say it is back to the drawing board. I mean, they're definitely out of the playoffs at this point. Yeah, because they're like what 4-10.
yeah, you guys, thanks for keep hitting that heart button. We only got two, and
I
we're
was
like
like,
an
smash
hour
those
in.
likes. Where's you
Why,
guys
why
have
are
things that
why are
work.
we hated so much? We're
So
hated.
Molly says, sorry, Gobo, about your loss. Thank you, Molly.
Oh, Molly's a friend, a big friend of the show. You would know
Oh,
as you would know her
wonderful.
as Sue in our regular. Uh, all right, let's move on to
Anyways, moving on. All right, so we're into prime time now.
we got the
Ah,
Chargers
the
and
fucking
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
I was beside myself for this game, bro. At the end, you have the Chiefs winning on another de facto fucking what's the game? Bingo. And another bingo card type of win, which it's like a 28-yard field goal. He
You
kicks it
know,
off the upright and it goes in. What?
like here's here's the thing. Like how the like the Chiefs, like they could dispel the whole like NFL is rigged bullshit by just beating a team by more than a possession.
Right, right.
One time. They're 13-1. They have not won by more than a touchdown this season. And that includes wins over the Raiders, who are one of the worst teams in football, and wins over the fucking the Ravens, who are one of the best teams in football.
Yeah, this team, here's the thing, Gobo. Either they're being set up to win three in a row and it's just fate and we're all gonna have to accept it, or God has a sense of humor and he's just setting them up for an absolute collapse in the Super Bowl. Um, I think I'm talking a lot about Pittsburgh going, but honestly, they're gonna have to get past Kansas City,
That's the thing, is like you
and
got to get past the Chiefs and their bullshit.
it's gonna be not in Pittsburgh, it's gonna be in Kansas City. But here's the thing: one of those two things is gonna happen. Either gonna get embarrassed going for a third, or they're gonna win it, and it's gonna be straight up. What do you want to talk about? We only
Yeah.
got one game left in this show. We'll
I was
bring
gonna
you up
say,
after this
I was
last.
like, maybe in the show break we can have him jump in.
Yeah, let's bring him up after that. All right, we got the last game, which was Cincinnati Dallas. You picked Dallas?
I
Why
I
did
you
you?
know what? I had to like rewatch last week's show because I didn't believe that I picked Dallas. So I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? I think it's probably just because like both teams have been so hellaciously inconsistent, but like you cannot like Dallas, you think they've hit their floor. Like you think that like they cannot get any worse. Like the amount of talent that's still on the roster, it doesn't matter that they have a shitty GM. It doesn't matter that they have a shitty coach. It doesn't matter that they overpaid a super mediocre quarterback who's hurt now. Like you should still win a few games. And then
Yeah.
they're like, "Nope, I'll prove you wrong."
Dude, they're 1-8 at home in the last nine home games. Thank you, Sue.
Oh, thank you,
How
Molly.
how is that possible? Jerry's World? Ooh, ice cream. Ice cream. Anyway, yeah, you picked Dallas. I laughed at you. But here's the even more laughable thing. They stop Cincinnati, they block the punt, and then they end up touching it, and then Cincinnati recovers the block punt and has first down. And like 4 plays later, touchdown, that's all she wrote. 27-20. Jerry's crying. Mike McCarthy is going, do I really get an extension after this year? Is he
I was
really
gonna
that
say, yeah.
well?
And then like you look at Mike McCarthy's stupid fucking face and he's just like, "Wait, that's not how the rules work. That wait it is." Like, yeah. He is just like honestly like I'll say it again. Like I watched that first season he was in Dallas was on oh, sorry, I'm getting a call. On Hard Knocks, and it's just like, yeah, his speeches to the team were like, "We're gonna go, we're gonna play football, we're gonna beat them up in football." And you're just like, man, shut the fuck up. Like you're an NFL coach. Like it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Mike McCarthy, why do you have a job? You should be working at the hot dog stand.
For sure.
Oh,
Well, that's the week. That's the last week. That's the last
that's it.
week of bye teams. No more bye weeks for anybody else. You ready to end this recap show?
I think we're ready to end it, and we're gonna if you're watching on TikTok, hang on because we are gonna be filming a another show here coming up where we're gonna predict next week's games. But for our friends on YouTube, make sure to like, share, subscribe. If this catches on, maybe we'll live stream a couple of more filmings for the show. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure to make your picks. Also, put in the comments what jersey you want me to wear next week, and if I have it, I will try to accommodate. Um, is that it? Fuck the Jets.
Fuck the Jets.